Hello everyone, Dougie Doug here. In this video I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reacting to an article that's published every Monday on Bleacher Report written by Graham GSM Matthews. It's his Wrestling Quick Takes article, and in this week's article he talks about why Kevin Owens doesn't need to turn for this title match with Cody Rhodes, and also the next AEW stars to join WWE. And yeah, before we get into this article, if you like this kind of video, be sure to hit that like button down below, and if you want to see me delve into any more of these topics or make a separate video for these topics, by all means let me know down in the comment section below, and I will certainly look into that. So we'll go ahead and get into this, starting with Kevin Owens not needing to turn for this feud with Cody Rhodes. And truth be told, this is probably going to be a one-off sort of thing, so it wouldn't really make any sense for Owens to turn unless you have like a long-term plan here. But again, this is probably just a one-off feud or one-off match for Rhodes and Owens here, and this is a great get for the Passion of Berlin card here. And then for as much as KO excels in the bad guy role, it wouldn't fit the story they're trying to tell. It was Rhodes who went to bat for him as his opponent for the Premium Live event, and no tension has been teased between them. If anything, it would make more sense for Randy Orton to be the one to portray Rhodes. He can take exception to Rhodes awarding Owens a title shot despite the Viper fighting in the front line, or fighting on the front line alongside Rhodes for months and being awarded nothing, while heavily hinting that he wants a title shot. As for Rhodes versus Orton, there's no issue with this being a good guy versus good guy match. It will undoubtedly deliver no matter what. Next up, we have Odyssey Jones and Giovanni Vinci being reintroduced at the perfect time. So Raw and SmackDown benefited from a reshuffling post SummerSlam, and some familiar faces resurfaced for the first time in many months, which includes Odyssey Jones and Giovanni Vinci. Now, Jones has been absent from WWE since being drafted in the spring of 2023. He hasn't made a single appearance on the Red Brand before coming to the aid of the New Day on the August 5th edition of Raw. Not only will him being aligned with an act that's over give him credibility, but there's also a chance that it can help WWE tell the subtle story of Xavier Rhodes or Kofi Kingston inviting Jones to join the group and creating intrigue in the process. Now, do I think it's unlikely, or do I think it's likely that Odyssey Jones joins the New Day? No. As good as he can be, and I'm sure he would do fine in the role, there's just no replacing Big E. The New Day just simply doesn't work without Big E in it, and I respect WWE and Kingston Woods trying to carry on with the New Day, but it just hasn't been the same since Big E has left. If anything, if Odyssey Jones is the one that ends up inadvertently driving a wedge between Rhodes and Kingston, that one I could see making a bit more sense. Meanwhile, Giovanni Vinci, I mean, he was certainly a prime candidate to be released after he got booted from Imperium, but thankfully he's being afforded another opportunity to restart as a singles competitor, something that he was doing in NXT before he got called up to the main roster to be a part of the reunited Imperium. These guys have untapped potential, and their recent returns to television only add to the excitement surrounding the current product. Bronson Reed, has he finally arrived on Raw? Now, this was an interesting one here. I think, yes, he has arrived on Raw, but the issue has been keeping him consistently engaged in some sort of program or in some sort of feud. He hasn't really had much in terms of title opportunities. I don't think he's had any world title opportunities that I can think of, and he certainly appeared primed for big things upon returning to WWE late in 2022. Yet only now is the company showing signs of giving him that prominent push that he has been so overdue. And it appears that that push will come in the way of a feud with Seth Rollins. The idea of pairing Reed with Rollins is a massive positive, but the execution of the angle is what truly cemented Reed as an absolute force. Now, if it was designed to write the visionary off the show temporarily, which has been reported, Seth Rollins dealing some chronic, I think, knee issues, which isn't too surprising. I'm sure there's a lot of wear and tear in his body after however many years he's been wrestling. But Reed will have a main event feud waiting for him when Rollins returns. The key, though, until Rollins returns, is for WWE to ensure that this newfound momentum that Bronson Reed has continues and it doesn't go to waste. He has every tool necessary to thrive at the top of the card, and his program is how he should not only get there but stay there. And I would say so far, off to a good start. He did kind of lay out R-Truth, which, I mean, not entirely necessary. R-Truth is a national treasure, but I guess if you're trying to make a point, I guess in that regard, it certainly worked. Alright, Gunther versus Randy Orton. This match highlights the effectiveness of WWE's attention to detail and also long-term storytelling, which the approach to long-term storytelling has been evident for some time now under the Triple H regime, and in countless circumstances it has paid off exceptionally well. The company's attention to detail isn't always as apparent or recognized as perhaps it should be, but it's on full display leading up to this matchup between Gunther and Orton at Bash in Berlin. Orton acknowledges his tainted loss to Gunther in the finals of the 2024 King of the Ring tournament, which provides an excellent reason to set up this free match, which I guess this was the plan all along, which, hey, like I said, long-term storytelling in effect, beautifully referring to unresolved angles or in former feuds, sends a message that to the fans that everything that we consume from the product matters, and it rewards us for tuning in, something that was unfortunately frowned upon by the old WWE brass. So it's great to see Triple H really doing a lot of great work with long-term storytelling, and Gunther versus Randy Orton is going to be the next great example of it. And lastly, we have the Lucha Brothers. AEW's loss, and the Lucha Brothers should be WWE's gain, and that's assuming that they do sign with WWE. From what I've been reading on the internet, it sounds like Penta's contract is up, but he's trying to ensure that everything goes smoothly until Ray's contract is up, and then the two of them can leave. Now, I also heard that AEW could tack on injury time for that, which would seem entirely petty and unnecessary, so I guess we'll see how things play out. But I am excited by the idea of the Lucha Brothers being in WWE. Gotta pair him up against Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a tag team match. Gotta have some fun with this. And talent swapping in promotions is now more commonplace than it has been in many years, with a notable number of contracts expiring imminently. And the Lucha Brothers are, again, reportedly WWE bound, and it would be a loss for AEW's tag team division, but the Lucha Brothers have seemingly done everything there is to do. They've won the tag titles, and they even won the trios titles as well. So the unfortunate thing about them leaving is that it kind of leaves Pac on his own, and there's no more Death Triangle, which is a shame, because Death Triangle is a great trio. But, you know, them giving WWE a shot is certainly worth it for them in their careers. Now, of course, there is some risk potentially involved in going to WWE. Raw and SmackDown have pretty good tag team divisions, but unfortunately the division hasn't quite gotten as much prioritization as it probably should, since both brands got 2 sets of titles after WrestleMania. If you think about it, and this was something I didn't know either too, but neither set of the men's tag team titles have been defended at a premium live event since WrestleMania. Think about that one for a second. Penta and Phoenix have captured gold everywhere they have gone, so it's probably going to be no surprise that they go to WWE and win the tag team titles there as well. And they also work as singles competitors too, so the possibilities with these guys could be endless. It's kind of just up to the creative in WWE and their imagination on how they want to use these guys. AEW will be fine without them. They will be missed, but again, they'll be fine, and WWE will gain a great tag team for their tag team division, and also some great singles competitors, because again, these guys are legit in the ring as singles competitors. And with that will conclude this wrestling quick takes reaction video. Again, if you like this kind of video, show some love, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you want me to dive into any of these topics in an individual video, leave a comment down below and I will certainly look into doing that. And that's all from me. I'm Dougie Doug, signing off.